Thanks for tuning to your station, the Africa Independent Television, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. Only on this channel and on this program, we'll bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. Wherever the issue is, security in Africa, we'll bring it to you. Welcome to your program today. Yes, today we'll quickly just go because we don't have enough time. I want to remind you, first and foremost, that coronavirus is real and is here, still here with us. So you must always ensure that you wear the face mask once you're in the public and observe all laid-down protocols to keep yourself and your loved ones safe at all times. It's very, very important. The figures are going higher and higher. Death rate is becoming more frequent, and so we must make every effort, make every effort to ensure that we are protected. Welcome to our program today. Yes, during the week, in fact, specifically just yesterday and this morning, there was a news item about a move that is being made by the Nigerian Communication Commission about Zamfara State because of a security operations that will be taken on there. And the media leaked it out in the public by talking about the shutting down of telecommunication services in that state. It's very, very important. We want to appeal to the media. It's not every information you get, you put on the news or you put to the public view. This is supposed to be a security arrangement made to take care of the situation in Zamfara State. But now it's made public because even the bandits and the criminals are also reading what you are publishing. This is supposed to be a discreet memo that was written, not for public consumption. Please, even as much as we endeavor to give information to the public, we must also ensure that we do not give those information that is not needed for the public until the results start coming out so that everybody is praying for to be able to have a free and safe society, and security is different ways you can achieve that. So please, let us take this advice and ensure that we don't put everything we see into the public domain. Thank you. Yes, still talking about the issue of security. A lot of people have talked about the internal security arrangement, whose responsibility. Today, as we speak, the Nigerian Army, it's in all the 36 states of the Federation. And this is supposed to be the primary responsibility of the Nigeria Police Force. But because of some issues, the Army had stepped in to provide some support assistance. Security Watch Africa, Shuli Daniels, did a report to find out what is happening, and he spoke with some people. Sit back as we bring you this report.
The internal security architecture of Nigeria is primarily the responsibility of the Nigerian Police Force and other paramilitary agencies for the purpose of containing threats to the security of Nigerians. These threats often relate to cases of riots, communal clashes, armed robbery, kidnapping, or adoptions, and even insurgency, which normally falls outside the constitutional duties of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, AFN. The 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Section 217, states it clear that the duties of the Armed Forces of Nigeria is to defend Nigeria from external aggression, maintain its territorial integrity, and securing its borders from isolation on land, sea, or air, suppressing insurrection and acting in aid of civil authorities to restore order when called upon to do so by the President. But today, the Nigerian Army personnel are deployed in all the states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, carrying out internal security operations. To gain more knowledge on this, Security Watch Africa spoke to Director General, Nigerian Army Resource Center, Major General Garuba Wahab, retired, and Professor Christopher Ogbogbo, Professor of History, University of Ibadan, on the role of the Nigerian Army in internal security.
The role of the Army is very clear, even from the constitutional provision. Section 217 of the Constitution is very clear. The military, which includes the Army, is to aid the civil authority in internal security operations. And it is when, if we are to go with the normal process, it is when the police had been seen or had confirmed that they cannot contain a situation, then the president calls out the armed forces and they aid. So a process of handing and taking over of activity is conducted. So when the whole event finishes, the army too hands over back to the police and they go back to the barracks. We've not seen the process being done all through Nigeria since 2003. That's why a lot of confusion, a lot of people are asking questions about that.
The army, just like other services, the military services, they don't deploy themselves. It is not that they are happy, they are all over the place, virtually all the states in the country. No. But if the president, with the backing of the National Assembly, as provided by the Constitution, say, I want you deployed to go and do A, B, C, D. Once it's a constitutional legal order, they have to obey, even at their own inconvenience. Clearly, every Nigerian knows today that the army is fully stretched. So it is not as if they are excited about it. They just have to obey their C&C.
Professor Ogbogbo mentioned inadequate funding and lack of training as reasons why the Nigerian police force has not provided effective policing for Nigerians.
It is for the political leadership to determine when they require them for internal security operations. And given the nature of the internal security operations and the lack of adequate preparedness of the Nigerian police, perhaps not due to the fault of the police, but due to the kind of attention the police has been given in terms of resources, training, and equipment, we always fall back to the army, which for me, I regard as unfortunate. Our armies, growing up, you hardly saw a soldier on the street. Today, they have become so prominent in the internal security operations of the country. It's not a healthy development. The researches we have done in this center indicate that the best way to go, the best route, is go back to your police, get your military police unit, retrain them, kit them properly, equip them. There should be a buffer between the normal police we see every day and the army, such that given the nature of the internal insecurity challenges we have, we should be able to deploy that level of police officers. And what am I talking about? Each state gets at least a minimum of 1,000 mobile policemen. Get the military to come in to train them and step up their efficiency beyond the normal police force training. And then equip them better than the current situation. You can then deploy when it matters. If you have 1,000 men on ground in each state, at least they will serve as the first aid to whatever insecurity challenge that emerges, to be able to deal with it. And that will give the army some breather to further professionalize.
According to Professor Ogbogbo, the presence of the Nigerian Army personnel in all the states of Nigeria has overstretched the manpower and throws up some challenges.
Our security forces are permanently put under pressure. For instance, where you are supposed to be in the battlefront maybe for 3 months, 6 months, and come out, and you are not able to, because you don't have enough men for such frequent switching. And yet, like I tell my colleagues at times, I'm not holding forth for the military. I'm not the PR, public relations officer. But some of us, the little sense of security we'll enjoy. You can sit in a bar and drink and eat fish and talk. And it is because some people are laying down their lives elsewhere and they need to be appreciated.
Shirley Daniels, reporting for Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Yes, really, we must appreciate our security forces, particularly officers and personnel of the Nigerian Army. They are doing a yeoman's job, keeping these criminals at bay, keeping them away from us so that we can move around our duty. Same with the Nigerian police force personnel. They are doing their work. What that report just says that there's need to put in more effort so that the military can go back to the barracks. Yes, quickly, let's look at another aspect, our special report by Peggy Agbe on safety or security on Nigerian highways. A lot of things have been said about it, that the roads are no longer safe. Sit back as we bring you this report.
Road transportation are travels on road, which can be grouped into the transportation of goods and transportation of persons. Road travels usually used to be exciting in Nigeria because traveling is another form of education. But in recent times, it is seen as a threat to those who would love to engage in it. The possibility of traveling by road without an attack is uncertain. Citizens now prefer to travel by air for those who can afford it, because lots of them think flight fare is way better than ransom. Loss of valuables or even lives aside the trauma they would go through if they are kidnapped or robbed. Some individuals think Nigeria now roils of supreme violence across the nation, which have claimed hundreds of lives. From accidents as a result of bad roads to kidnapping for ransom, banditry, armed robbery, and the list goes on. It is with this worrisome trend that Security Watch Africa sought to find out what the possible cause is, as we spoke with retired Commissioner of Police CP Lawrence Alubi on safety on Nigerian roads.
Criminals are abound everywhere. There are so many factors that contribute to criminality in this country. One is unemployment. Two, there's poverty. Three, there's leadership. Our leadership don't have empathy on the citizens. And economy is nose driving. We don't have. We see so many factors. Then the roads themselves. We have very bad roads. And now the motorists are exposed to all these dangers, kidnappers. And most kidnappers take advantage when they see where there's a bad spot. Because that's where you are forced to, a driver is forced to slow down his vehicle. That's where they ambush and take over the ambush, when they ambush the motorists, and then from there they attack.
On dangers faced by travelers on the road, we spoke with some drivers and passengers we met on two major interstate motor parks.
I have a lot of experiences concerning this insecurity. Especially our road from Abuja here to Kaduna and from Kaduna to Zaria. So we have such kind of massive kidnapping, armed robbery, banditry, and so on.
I can easily say Nigeria road is totally bad and insecurity is on road. If you want to pass any checking point in Nigeria now, you have to give some token money to all our security people because of the safety. We really enjoy what they are doing for us on the road because of the insecurity.
My experience here on the middle road is a big issue for us. Insecurity is the most important for us. The second one, no roads. Those are the two major things where I see say they bother us. Well, if you look from here now, they go Akure. Yeah, I tell you, it gets us a big. You can follow here, enter bush, come here, there and there. They kidnap you, you don't know where you go meet them. Even you go to your house, they feel kidnap you. Where would they travel now? Only God. Now they save us, that's all.
Coping with kidnapper, a lot of things happen on the road. And then it affects us, our passengers couldn't come here to come and enter motor. Some like to go and follow the plane because of the kidnapper. Secondly, we to have a disadvantage of the road safety about speed limit. And then we don't have enough road. There's no road forward to speed anyhow.
The leadership of National Union of Road Transport Workers expressed mixed feelings on the experiences on the highways.
Early this year, we have issue of kidnapping of our one driver along Kaduna-Abuja road. spent almost 11 days there. But have already rescued him by giving almost 1 million naira.
If you are moving from Kaba to the Omo, you can move around the 10 kilometers. You don't go see any security on the road.
So that means the police security officials are no longer on the highway.
They're no longer on the major road. And then if you see them, you go reach the one where they collect money.
As part of tracking bad sports where vehicles are mostly attacked, some drivers mentioned some locations.
This Kaduna-Abuja road is the most dangerous highway that I'm thinking.
From the Lokoja to the Kaba, from Kaba to Omu, and then so the many place, and on the Okene, there's Port Road, DJ, Gallop, D. So the others, a lot of things where we challenge, where we face on the road.
When road no good, when you read there, you put up for, you look for yeah, you look for road where you go follow. How can nobody no go come out from bush? When road no good, we want the driver to fly 120. If you motor, they go on the motion. If you rate no good, kidnapper cannot come and stay on the highway. When you are on 120 alone, sir, when the road clear, nobody will come stay for your front. Say, in where don't come cross you. But when you read there, you stay. They do get. How can nobody no go come out? No road.
The issue of night travels has generated divergent views from road users. While some believe night travel is as good as day travel, many rule out night travels in line with Federal Road Safety Corps directives. We spoke with some road users on their views about night travels and CP Alubi.
When the road safety did this direction by the road safety, it is meant to protect life and to prevent accident. In most cases, cases of insecurity, threat, armed robbery, kidnapping, and so forth. So I think that is just to prevent crime and protect life and property. So whatever law is made, it's essentially for the good of the people and society. So night journey is not too advisable because of the challenges we have in the country. And if maybe you're going to you have a problem with your vehicle in a particular spot at night, you have nobody to give you assistance. And that will even attract criminals to come and attack you because you are vulnerable. So I think the policy being given by road safety, I think is a policy in the right direction.
If I would not advise anybody to travel in the night, I feel if you want to travel, do everything you want to do during the day. Because even during the day, it's God that is just watching over us. During the day, it's not really secure like that. Now imagine when you're traveling through the night. So I feel night travel is not advisable for anyone.
Me, I don't travel at night. I don't advise any of my colleagues or my relations to travel for night.
As I am me, I don't normally travel night journey. For my own protection, I don't like it. Day traveling, anything from 6 a.m. to 5:30, 6 in the evening.
We are not traveling in the morning and the afternoon we travel. We are facing the kidnapper and the armed robber. Talk less we face traveling on the night. So we can't travel in the night.
No, this park is government park, and then we used to follow the rules and regulation of the government. Here we are not doing night travel because to avoid all this issue of insecurity.
We are at Utako Motor Park. We came to find out what passengers and drivers experience on major roads. With the rate of insecurity in Nigeria, kidnapping for ransom, armed robbery, banditry, and all of the things we experience on our major roads. And some of them said that the roads are really bad, especially during this raining season. And some said at some point in the highway, during the journey, they don't see security officials. That means security officials need every support they can get from government to take out their responsibilities effectively to preserve lives and properties of Nigerians. This is Peg Yagbe, reporting for Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Yeah, welcome back. Really, there's need to pay attention to what happens on the road because road travel, like the report says, is a form of education and is very, very important. Yes, let's go quickly to another issue. How do we solve the insecurity, particularly the banditry that is taking place and a lot of people are worried about? And Security Watch Africa, Shekina Chinkere, also has a report on that.
With the report of rising insecurity in Nigeria and the citizens expressing worries on the state of the nation, as many armed attacks are being carried out in various communities and even city centers, particularly with the activities of bandits who have turned abduction of innocent Nigerians with children and adults to a source of livelihood. Security Watch Africa, in the quest for solution, spoke with two retired senior police officers, Commissioner of Police, CP Lawrence Alobi, and Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP Habila Joshak.
Sometimes the system itself produces those factors that instigate or promote crime. There's unemployment, there's poverty, there are problems everywhere. There's urban migration, rural urban migration, all these factors, infrastructures are not there, so there's a problem. So I think again, institutions too sometimes are not even who are supposed to enforce it, are not even as well equipped and well empowered to enforce the law or be able to prevent this crime. So there are so many factors.
Well, you know, it will surprise you. We've been with you. You supported me in Port Harcourt, and we went all to Crete looking for oil theft, individuals and also kidnappers, truncating from rivers to Bayelsa, together with you in the creek and on the land. When we had the Israeli C4I, that we almost brought crime and criminality to Port Harcourt, from Port Harcourt to a standstill. The truth about it is, number one, the government must be part and parcel of it, and security is very, very expensive, because when you continue to invest in it, you do not see products. The products are the safety of the people. The products are the ability to be able to allow people to go about their lawful duties, but something that you take to the market, you can't see. And so it's very difficult for a lot of government officials and a lot of people that are responsible for managing states and managing sections and ministries. They find it very hard to vote huge money for people to use in buying equipment, in paying allowances, and in doing such other things to make sure that there's peace and concord. The community, the people living in all these communities in this country, so long as they won't come out to divulge information, we need them to tell us what their community challenges are, and they know. And so long as we are not able to cultivate and harvest a lot of youth who will also want, they must watch out. They know the criminals. They live in their environment. When they kidnapped in schools, they track a distance. They park their vehicles elsewhere. People see it. People see them trekking. But because of the fact that the people do not see the government or see leadership having solved their problems, employing everybody, ensuring that everybody has something to do, and also ensuring that people are empowered. So they think that the government have not been able to capture them in some of the things they're doing. And so it's self-help. They do what they do by themselves. And so they would prefer to look the other way so that they can even have a cut from the criminals. Otherwise, it's unheard of that a school will be raided in a community and the people are taking miles, and a farmer will not tell you he sees, and those who go to have wood will tell you they never saw. Those trekking to the market, those using bicycle, motorcycle, they are telling you they never saw. It's not true. They saw, but they will not say anything. And that's why we're saying that see something and say something. So we need to build confidence in the people to know that we are there for them. In fact, in most cases, they say the security agencies compromise. They believe also that the security agencies take part of the ransom that is being paid, because in this country, we know that most kidnapping is kidnapped for ransom. So the members of the public do not have that confidence, in the minds of security. They believe that we're in part and parcel. They believe that a thing is done. And I was confronted in Plateau when they said that the police look the other way when the community is being destroyed. But you see, like I said, they need mobility. They need to be mobilized. They need to be to synergize with other securities. And they need to be in most of the places. And that's why we're saying that the police post, police station, they were in the rural areas. They were responsible for knowing what is happening. They were responsible for, you don't fly when you kidnap. You don't fly. You carry your arms, you don't even conceal them when you're walking down the bush, and you will have met 1, 2, 3 members of the community or individuals in that forest. But because there's no sense of nationalism, everybody keep it to himself. The community must come out if we must win this war. The community must serve as informants. When you see something, you say something. So long as you can't do that, then there's a problem.
Security, they say, is everybody's business. Government and citizens are enjoined to invest and support security agencies for a more secured society. Shekina Chinkiri, reporting for Security Watch Africa.
Welcome back. In continuation of finding solution to the insecurity we're facing here in Nigeria and other parts of Africa, Security Watch Africa will be a part of the panel, a part of the speakers at the 6th edition of the Owando Webinary series that is coming up on Tuesday by 12 noon p.m. It's a collection of professionals and experts to look at how best to bring out solutions to the insecurity that we are facing. You are free to join us via the Zoom link. The link is provided, and through this channel we'll give you more on how you can join and be part of the discussion, and let us find a solution to the insecurity that we are facing in Nigeria. This is a private sector initiative to help to find solution to what we are facing in the country. Sadly, we have to leave for other programs to continue, but like we always say, please watch your back. Ensure that when you see something, you say something. That is the only way we can have the security we deserve. Until next week, I say bye for now and remain blessed.